For decades, Americans have been setting their clocks forward in the spring and back in the fall. But with daylight savings time this weekend, the change may be renewing a familiar debate. 6 News reporter Sydney Walker has more on the political push to stop the switch and the potential health risk of the time change. Sydney.
When you go to bed Saturday night, don't forget to set your clocks forward because come 2 a.m. Sunday, daylight saving time kicks in and you lose an hour of sleep. But some hope it'll be for the last time. Switching between standard time and daylight saving time dates back to World War I. So why are we still springing forward and falling back?
I mean, this has gotten absurd. The Agriculture Committee is for it. We've tried to lobby the speaker, and the speaker has not made that decision yet.
Congressman Pete Sessions is part of the politicians hoping to change it.
We wrote the speaker a letter. We did the things that we felt like would be necessary, including the conversation with the Committee of Jurisdiction. Nothing has ever been resolved.
There have been bipartisan efforts like the Sunshine Protection Act to stay on daylight savings, a change from the Uniform Time Act of 1966. The bill passed unanimously in the Senate in 2022, but stalled in the House of Representatives.
All we had to do was take it up a full more than a year ago, and we could have passed it.
He's trying to get an answer.
I think it's in the best interest of people who not only work, but who go to school, but certainly in an agricultural district.
For the benefit of all Americans.
The data is very clear on this. If you jump around too much with your sleeping schedule, it does have long-term effects on your health.
Dr. Greg Newman says it can take 3 to 4 days for most people's internal clock to adjust, but it could be worse for some.
Somebody maybe is kind of sleep deprived already, or they're stressed, then maybe this little change is enough to kind of put them at more risk. There's a slight uptick in some of those cardiovascular disease things that happen.
It all comes down to federal approval.
We would like to make a decision about this and get it done.
There have been talks to reintroduce the Sunshine Act this year, but in the meantime, Dr. Newman says be careful with any energy supplements and your caffeine intake. Plan ahead and try to remain on some kind of sleep schedule.